Hey guys, Cam McClellan.
Al Lewison.
Welcome to today's Wealth WOD.
Workout of the day.
Read a newspaper on the weekend, and it had a massive headline. It was about page 2 or page 3, and it said, "Is this the next hotspot?" And it said six potential boom areas. So we want to talk about, and sorry, when I read through it, they're the most disgusting areas I could think of, to be honest. I couldn't understand. Some were regional, others were definitely huge oversupply of affordable housing and a large amount of investor stock in the area.
Bit of mining action, wasn't it?
There was one area, yes, which was, and it was actually a mining town. Let's talk about it. It was Gladstone actually, which we bagged out Gladstone early on, and we actually bought a super lot in Gladstone. So it was trading. We bought 8 lots, I think it was. Sold it just before the Stockies and Pete releases came out back in 2009. Market in Gladstone took off, went like that, and then as predicted dropped off, and now it's just starting to teeter back. So all of a sudden now it's on the rise again.
It's a hotspot.
It's a hotspot. Oh, it's a boom area.
A hotspot for me is when someone grabs you and dead arms you in the arm. You do a hotspot right there in the arm.
Hotspot.
Hot. It's a hotspot.
Never heard of that. you were brutal. I was a bully.
You're a bruiser.
There's 2 ways to pick an investment property. So let's get down to the core of it. How can you discard the term, and I despise the term hotspot or boom area, because one way to pick a property is through emotion. And the other way is through process. We'll talk about a couple of terms.
You'll get, I guess, firstly on that, process, guys, is something that works time and time again, can be repeated.
True. Emotion
is something that's very up and down and subjective, bought and purchased on a whim.
I'll run through a couple of terms here, and then we'll discuss them about how you can dissect those terms, understand what they are.
Push me off the camera here, see that? He's pushing me off the camera.
Did I actually do that?
Yeah, basically.
It's my writing arm. You need to go over there.
He's got his writing arm.
Right. So we've got a number of terms that you hear, and this very analytical. There's a macro area, and within that macro market, there's a micro market, which is a boom area or a hotspot.
So don't miss the hotspot in the macro area that the micro areas are depicting. I'm all emotional. I'm going to quickly buy a house.
Oh, quick!
Let's do it.
Someone smarter than me is talking about a hotspot area, which I have to jump into. Let's talk about how you can dissect it. What is a macro market? A macro,
the market,
is the city, is the overall large area. Micro is the area or suburb. So, what makes that one of those? This is what we want to go through. So rather than using emotion and hinging off emotional words through journalists who have absolutely no idea about choosing an investment property, I want you guys to start using a process to look at the city, to look at the area, which is a boom hotspot. So how do you find a boom hotspot? People often ask me a boom hotspot is going, a boom or a hotspot, to me, I wouldn't never call it that because I don't like getting people emotional about it, but it is the best 2 or 3 areas within a city at any point in time to buy property. Now the only way you're going to know those is by knocking out every other area, having a process to compare every area with every other area, which in turn gives you the best.
In our process, one of the fundamental things is avoiding areas that are booming. Now, if an area is booming, it's gone in the paper, it's a hotspot, guess what, guys? It's booming. Okay, let's jump in.
The growth's already happened.
You've missed out on knocking that one out of your criteria to find the right one.
That's a good point. So one of the first things you look at, has a market had a couple of years of strong growth? And therefore, what happens is journalists then, they report historically, don't they? So something happens, then they write on it. They don't predict the future by looking at analytical data to see what's going to happen. Population growth, affordable housing, supply coming onto the market. All they're doing is reporting historical data. So if it's a boom or a hotspot, generally the growth's already happened. So be wary of that. Easy one then, guys. On our website, under the members area, which you can sign up to for no cost, you can download the check sheets we use, which go through and tell you how to pick the right area. Therefore, you'll be able to make your own hotspots or boom areas.
There's the macro. That's choosing property, guys.
There's macro to give you the micro.